Ever wonder why school districts never seem to have enough money? Do you keep hearing about school districts asking about more property taxes? To answer both these questions, let's take a look at how school districts in the state of Ohio are funded. In Ohio, the state expects that our local taxing districts will be financially responsible for supporting local control since we're operated by locally elected board members. This means the state of Ohio shares the funding of schools with each public school district's elected board. The big problem with the state's method of distributing the K-12 public education budget to each district is its dependence on property taxes, which are based on wealth, which varies for each district in Ohio. The state of Ohio recently adopted the Fair Funding Formula, which attempts to fund K-12 students enrolled in a public school based on the total number of students enrolled alongside the conditions of students. These conditions include students with disabilities, English language learners, gifted students, career tech, and students who are economically disadvantaged. Once they factor in these conditions with the total number of students for the current school year, they determine the total funding distribution for each district. So for the 2022-2023 school year, the state of Ohio's base formula generated a total of $396,955,075 for Cincinnati Public Schools. Now, even though the state has determined the total amount needed for schools, this doesn't mean they'll fund the full amount. The state will only pay 40.72% of the $396 million necessary. It's up to the district's residents to pay the remaining 59.28%, meaning our local taxpayers will have to make up the difference of $235,302,782 that the state of Ohio will not pay. One of the largest ways that Cincinnati raises these local funds for schools is through property tax levies. Levies are voted by local voters and can cover multiple years if approved. Property taxes in the state of Ohio are calculated through a millage rate equal to 1/1000th multiplied by the assessed value of a home. Simply put, the higher a property is assessed for, the more tax the homeowner will have to pay that goes back to schools. Other districts will have a different state-local ratio dependent on their wealth index. To summarize, for every dollar Cincinnati's enrollment raises, the state pays 41 cents, while the district must raise 59 cents, and with the majority of that funding coming from property taxes.